Intelligence and IQ testing. Intelligence is a set of cognitive skills that includes abstract thinking, reasoning, problem solving, and the ability to acquire knowledge. Different theorists add other components to this definition, but they are not uniformly accepted. Spearman's theory, G factor, the ability to reason and solve problems or general intelligence made up of specific components. Subtests, spatial, verbal, perceptual, and quantitative correlations between subtests. Multi-factor theory is two distinct dimensions of intelligence. Crystallized intelligence is stored knowledge such as vocabulary and facts, gained from experience, education, and practice. Fluid intelligence is raw mental ability, pattern recognition, and abstract reasoning. John Carroll of 1993, general intelligence similar to Spearman's G factor. Broad intelligence, crystallized fluid memory learning and processing speed. Narrow intelligence is 70 distinct abilities, for example, spelling and language comprehension. Theories of intelligence, Sternberg. Theoretic theory of intelligence. Analytical intelligence is the ability to break problems down into component parts or analysis for problem solving. Creative intelligence is the ability to deal with new and different concepts and to come up with new ways of solving problems. Practical intelligence is the ability to use information to get along in life and become successful. Examples of Sternberg's theory when completing an experiment. Analytical would be running statistical analysis, creative would be designing the experiment, and practical would be soliciting funding from donors. IQ test. Intelligence quotient is a number representing a measure of intelligence. It's the mental age divided by the chronicle age times 100. Stanford Binet intelligence test yields an IQ score. Wechsler intelligence tests yield a verbal score and a performance score, as well as an overall source of intelligence. Deviation IQ scores is a type of intelligence measure that assumes that IQ is normally attributed around a median of 100 with a standard deviation of about 15. Test bias. Characteristics of the test that produce different outcomes for different groups. Black, Native American, Mexican American, and Jewish test takers often perform poorly due to cultural and sensitive test questions. Creativity is thinking or behavior that is both novel, original, and useful, adaptive. Genius is closely related to creativity in that it combines high intelligence with achievements that change entire fields such as art, technology, music, science, and business. Eureka insight is sudden solutions that come to mind in a flash. Thinking outside the box requires breaking free of self-imposed conceptual constraints and thinking about a problem differently. Creative insight results in increased frontal lobe activity. The frontal lobes are active in abstract reasoning, planning, focused working memory, and integrating sensory input. Creative insight in the right hemisphere. Insights occur more in the right hemisphere than in the left hemisphere. Convergent thinking is a problem is seen as having only one answer, and all lines of thinking will eventually lead to that single answer using previous knowledge and logic. Divergent thinking. A person starts from one point and comes up with many different ideas or possibilities based on that point. Functional fixedness. A block to problem solving that comes from thinking about objects only in terms of their typical functions. Mental set is the tendency for people to persist in using problem-solving patterns that have worked for them in the past. People who are divergent thinkers have less problems with functional fitness and mental set.